going from originalist theory to genuine history, and with originalist practice in the middle. And I think in terms of originalist practice, there's the good, the bad, the ugly. Some people do it very well, some people do it very badly, and some people do it so badly it's not even polite to talk about it in intellectual company. We of course have traditional intentionalism, who look at a variety of different groups: framers, ratifiers, founders, anti-federalists. We have the public meaning people, who are divided into semantic originalists, original methods originalists, reasonable informed readers. I think, as I'll try and argue, the only way to save originalism from itself is for originalists to actually learn serious historical methodology and apply it. What they do with it is, of course, a legal matter, which, as a historian, I have my views as a citizen, but I claim no expertise. And then I think that basically this paradigm has such serious theoretical problems, we should just sort of brush it onto the dust heap of history. This one has some very serious empirical problems, but at least it's not intellectually incoherent. And of course, this is where all the empirical solutions really lie, fundamentally. And of course, there's a gray zone of people who, whether they do it consciously or just because they're very good at it but not very self-reflective, do a very good job with the sources. And some of them do it self-consciously in a historical fashion, some of them not, but some of it's very good scholarship. Now, let's talk about some of the problems with the semantic model. This is right out of Larry Sullam's essay, and basically Randy Burnett and Larry Sullam are sort of, on the same page on this. So what is the real methodology here? We talk about linguistic facts, we talk about dispensing with intentionality, because the critique of traditional originalism as intentionalism was the summation problem and collective authorship, all of which raise questions about intentionality. And then we start to see, of course, Keith and I are talking about Larry Sullam's work. It's a moving target. It keeps on growing on SSRN into different incarnations. But he has slowly started to try and figure out what he means by context, and now he's talking about pragmatic enrichment. But fundamentally, the philosophers are saying the action is in the pragmatic enrichment, really not in the semantics of it. So the whole theory is kind of misguided in some profound sense. So how would we rearrange this if we actually paid attention to what the philosophers of language are saying? Well, what are semantic content and linguistic facts? They are really the regularities over patterns of intention of people using the language. So if you remember, the whole point of that brand of new originalism is to get around the summation problem. Essentially what it does is it pretends the summation problem doesn't exist, calls something public meaning, looks up a few dictionaries, tries out a few databases, but it essentially doesn't really grapple with the problem of what do people intend to mean when they use sentences on particular pages, which is fundamentally what we do as historians. It's a difficult, complicated process. You don't always get a clean answer. But we do have transparent methods where we can evaluate each other's work. The problem with public meaning originalism, it's all hocus pocus. There's really no methodology.